What's up, everybody? Welcome in. As you can tell, we're not in our normal studio in Las Vegas. We have come out here to Wisconsin to Sallie Tomato's shop. So excited to be here because we're with the Bag Master. She is going to teach us so many things outside of quilting that we're not used to, and we're so excited to be here. So Jess, give us a little introduction, tell everybody about yourself, and before we even get there, guys, check out her YouTube channel, check out her Instagram, Sallie Tomato. Anyways, go for it.
Yeah, I'm Jess from Sallie Tomato. I'm so excited that these guys flew all the way out to Wisconsin to sew with me, and I'm going to show them how to make our lucky $2 wallet pattern and then also our scarlet bag, which are both really beginner-friendly projects, so that way you can get used to sewing with cork or faux leather. And step by step, I'm going to show these guys how to do it. So
I'm excited.
And we're super excited for it. And on top of that, Brody, I don't think, has ever done bags yet. Right?
I've done like one or two very simple ones, but I'm really excited with the wallet, to be honest. My wallet's falling apart right now, and I'm like excited to do it as well. So
I'm feeling pretty confident in this. I've done one or two-ish bags, but never with cork or faux leather. So super excited. So
awesome.
Let's do it. Sewing with friends. All right, guys. So we came all the way out to Vegas to learn these techniques that she's going to be showing us here. Now, I'm a beginner bag maker, okay? And obviously we're here with the master. And the thing that I want to point out is all of the products you're going to see here are her own products, okay? These are things that she's developed and made because not only does she know what makes a good looking bag, but also what you need to be able to sew easily with the material. So I guess take it away. She's going to show some zippers, going to show how she cuts out her pieces, and let's do it.
Okay. So we're making a lucky $2 wallet. This is a great introduction if you've never sewn with cork fabric or faux leather.
Which is me.
Yeah. But there's nothing to be scared about. We're just sewing on a domestic machine for this project. So all of our pieces we already cut according to the pattern. So all of them you can just cut with your rotary cutter or scissors. There is one pattern piece included in there, so you'll just trace around the pattern piece and cut that out.
And I like too that you have everything labeled. Like it says piece B. You know, it makes it really easy to where you can just cut it out and be ready to rock and roll.
Yes, yeah. So definitely a tip is to have all your pieces labeled, and the pattern tells you step by step what to cut out and how to label your pieces too. So there aren't very many pieces to this project, which makes it really beginner friendly. And so we're gonna start with installing the zipper.
Which is like my big, I've never wanted to sew with zippers because they're zippers, you know, most of the time you're afraid you're gonna break your needle or you're afraid what's gonna happen sewing with them, so.
Our zippers are a nylon coil, so they're easy to cut and sew over. I don't like sewing with the metal zippers, but I love the look of them, so we have...
Well, they look total metal,
yep,
metal vibe.
So we developed them so that way you have that professional look, but they're easy to work with. So for most people, this is the hardest part, working with the zipper, so we're just gonna jump right in and work with it right away.
Perfect.
Get it out of the way.
Perfect. Well, that's always been my fear of, like, you don't want to use a zipper. It's like, oh, I'm gonna break a needle or it's gonna get stuck in my machine or whatever, so I'm glad we're knocking this out first.
Alright, so first we're gonna take the zipper pull off of the tape.
Just pull it straight up?
Yep.
Okay.
And then separate both ends of the tape. So I know this might be a little scary, but don't worry. We'll get through it.
There we go. Got it.
And then you're going to take piece C, which will be your zipper pocket.
Okay.
And we're going to have right sides up.
Okay. Are we doing right sides up this whole time? Or no?
Just for this step for now.
Cool.
Okay. And when you're making bags, I love to use basting tape, and glues come in handy for building these thicker materials. So we're going to use some basting tape.
Okay. Can I set this down?
Sure.
Okay.
You can put, and then put a small piece of tape on each end on the raw edge here.
Just right up against the edge, right?
Yep, just right up against the edge. And then we're just going to peel that paper off of the tape to expose that sticky side. So now that we have our tape on, we're going to put it onto the zipper pocket. So we're going to have 1/2 of each zipper tape on each side. So I'll do one, you can do the other.
Okay, and it doesn't matter which side it's on, right? When they're going together?
Right.
No, I mean as far as the zippers go.
No.
Okay,
nope,
cool.
Doesn't matter. And you'll want about 1/8 of an inch of the tape showing.
Easy. I got this. Okay, here we go. Just gonna stick this guy on here.
So now that our zipper tapes are attached, you're just going to sew an 1/8 inch along each of those short raw edges.
Okay, so you want me to do it just right along the edge here?
Yep.
Right? All right, here we go.
You can use a zipper foot or a narrow foot for this, so that way you can have a nice even 1/8" seam allowance.
Where's the cut on the screen? There it is. And do the same thing on the other side?
Same thing on
Okay,
the
so I
other
got the
side.
first one done. I'm gonna go to the other side. I think yours was straighter than mine was. You are the bag master. Okay.
We are going to be the bag master.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll keep you adding to the family, you know? I'll be like the bag cousin. Hey, this is Brody from Sew Yeah. He's the bag cousin. Okay, cool. Done.
Okay, so now we have to put the pull back onto the zipper tape. So I'm just going to show you how to do that with a bigger piece, and we can get comfortable with that first.
Cool.
So first you'll take your zipper tape and you'll separate one end of it into the two halves. And it doesn't matter whichever end works. You can have the pulls go on from either direction. And on the zipper pull itself, you'll notice that there's a rounded end with 2 openings, and then there's a flat end with only 1 opening. And you're gonna wanna use the rounded end with the 2 openings because we have the 2 sides of our zipper taped. Each end into the holes, and you'll just kind of pop it on or slide it on, push it on with your fingers, and then you can just zip it up onto the tape.
All right, guys, so we're gonna take this technique we just learned, put it into action here.
Yep, so now we're going to create our pocket. So you're gonna fold your pocket wrong sides together so the zipper tapes line up, and then you're gonna slide your pull on like I showed you.
So one side on this side, one on the other side.
Guide that into the channel, and then
You wanna pull that for me?
too. Sure, yeah, you can hold the ends, and then we'll just zip it up. Okay, so you can either leave it like this, and then when we go to sew it, you can kind of butt the ends up.
Okay.
Or just to make it look more professional and secure, I'm gonna zip it off of the tape so that way both ends are closed now.
Ah, tricky.
And then I'm gonna put it back on.
So you're pulling it off just to keep it together and then putting it back on so it's already closed, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay.
And it'll just make the seam a little bit more secure. But,
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to press the pocket flat. And you'll want 3/4 of an inch of the fabric from that raw edge to the folded edge. So just take your ruler and measure so it's 3/4 of an inch.
You don't need to mark it or anything, right? You're just gonna press it down? Or you're gonna mark it?
Yep, no, we're just going to press it down. And you can use some Wonder Clips. And then also another tip is to cut the other side, the other folded edge.
Oh, tricky.
So then it lays flat. And now you're going to sew this folded edge with an 1/8 of an inch seam allowance.
Okay, and again, I'm doing it on this side, right?
Yes.
Okay. I want to sew my pocket closed here.
Awesome.
All right.
Awesome, so you made your pocket.
There we go.
That's it for that. So now you're gonna take piece B,
Okay.
and we're going to have the right side space up
Okay.
and position it on the left-hand side.
So both right sides are facing up, pockets on the left-hand side. Perfect.
And you're going to sew along those raw edge areas, but not that folded edge, because then we can use this area as a pocket if you want.
Okay.
And for bag making, Wonder Clips come in handy for this thickness.
When I'm going over the zipper here, tips, tricks, what do you want me to do? Just sew.
Just sew slow.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go too fast, but it is safe to sew over.
All right.
So you'll probably want to start on this side,
And then
so
just
then
go
the
around.
bulk of the project just starts to
Okay.
left. Yes.
Cool.
So you'll sew to the end and stop,
All right.
and make sure to backstitch.
Got it. All right. Another Wonder Clip off.
So then when you get to the end,
Uh-huh.
we're just going to pivot, and then you'll sew down that other raw edge.
Like right there?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and let's just take the scissors and trim some of this so it's even.
Okay, go for it.
Alright, so this piece we can set aside for the moment, and we're
Okay.
going to move on to our card pockets.
All right.
So for each of these, you're going to sew along that longest raw edge with an 1/8 inch seam allowance.
Starting out, not together or anything?
Nope, not together.
Just like that?
Yep, we're just top stitching, and this will just add a little bit of a decorative look,
Okay,
and then
cool.
it'll help prevent from any stretching or
Ah,
getting
alright.
cards in and out.
So basically we're just doing like a decorative stitch,
Yep,
right?
just
Well, a
decorative
straight stitch, but.
Yep,
And do I back stitch on this one?
you don't have to back stitch
All
on
right,
this
all
one.
right. I'm getting it. Here we go. Like that?
Yep, and then
Okay,
just
cool.
those two other ones.
So there's two of these pieces, and what's telling the letters on it? So these are pieces E, and this is D. Just if you're following the pattern. Okay, here we go. All right, going to the last one here. Okay.
Okay.
Easy. It is a little different doing like an 1/8 inch too.
Yeah.
Like having like a skinny
Piece
foot on
of
there.
quarter. Mhm.
But anyways, all right.
Okay, so now we're gonna attach the card pockets. Okay, so you'll position your pocket so it's 3/4 of an inch from the raw edge to the top edge of your pocket.
Okay, and we're gonna wonder clip this.
Yes,
Okay,
so we can add
cool.
some wonder clips to each of the ends. And I know these pockets are a little strange shaped, but what's going to happen is they're going to end up nesting together.
Oh,
And so
okay.
that way you're not sewing through a lot of thickness on the outer edges.
Okay.
So now you're just going to sew this lower straight edge with the 1/8 inch seam allowance to
Okay.
tuck that bottom edge down.
So just right here.
Just that short edge
Okay.
there.
1/8 inch. And does it matter like you want to sew it this direction so that you can just see right along the edge, or the kind of the same?
Yeah, whatever works best for you. And then for this one, I would back stitch because you're going to have those cards going in and out. You want that reinforcement.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to do
Okay.
the same thing with the next pocket. So this time we're going to put the pocket nested up against those raw edges of the pocket we already attached. So
Okay.
they all fit together, and then we can add some wonder clips.
Okay.
So then you'll sew that short edge with the 1/8 inch
So same
seam
thing.
allowance, just like
Okay.
before. Yeah.
Cool. All
You're
right.
cruising right along.
I know. Look at this. All right.
Looks
Easy.
great. Okay. And then we just have to add on our last pocket. So this
Okay.
will go over top of all the
Same
other
deal,
ones.
right? Right
Yep.
up against the same.
Exactly.
Easy.
And make sure the side edges are aligned too.
Okay. Good. Okay.
And this time you're going to sew, and I would start on this upper corner here
Okay.
and sew all the way down the side, across
Okay.
the bottom, and then back up.
Okay. All right.
Okay. The
All right,
hardest part's
cool.
done. We're almost done.
All right. Cool. This is what it's looking like so far, guys. So this is just obviously the back side. Our zippers in here, card pockets.
It's looking good coming together.
Let's do it.
All right. So then we can set this piece aside,
Okay.
and you're
We only have 2 pieces left, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Almost done.
All right.
So now you're going to take piece F. So this is the binding piece to finish off that top edge
Okay.
of the pocket unit that we just sewed. So
Okay.
first you're going to mark the center along the wrong edge. So
Okay.
just take the ruler and here's some chalk.
Okay.
Okay, so now we're going to use some of that basting tape again
Okay.
and add it to the lower half of piece F.
So just right along the edge.
Yep, just right along the edge.
Okay.
Do you use basting tape for some of your quilting
No,
projects?
I don't think I've ever used basting tape, to be
Oh.
honest. Okay, there we go. So tearing this tape off, and then what are we gonna do?
So then we're going to stick it to the top edge of our pocket. So how the pattern is the zipper pocket's on the left-hand side, but I suppose if you wanted it on the right-hand side, you could just flip it over. But,
Okay.
so we'll just follow with the pattern. The zipper pocket will be on the left side, so this is our top edge here.
Okay. Then we stick it,
So you'll have this wrong side up,
okay.
and then we're going to center it, aligning the top edge with that chalk line that we
Okay,
just
easy.
marked.
So the chalk line is gonna be the top where you're gonna butt it up against, and stick it down. Cool.
Mhm. And now you're
Easy.
going to stitch an 1/8 inch from that top raw edge of our zipper pocket.
Okay. And we're gonna just run with it, right?
Yep, just sew all across the top with the 1/8 inch. seam.
Can I start there? Is that okay?
That's fine.
All right. Cool. Here we go.
Okay,
Easy.
so now you're going to fold this top edge of the binding over to encase that
Okay.
raw edge, and here's where those wonder clips come in
Gonna
handy.
come in handy.
again.
This is the official sponsor of this video. I'm just kidding. All right, so now 8" from the side.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So now just the 1/8" from that raw edge there.
From the raw edge. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Is that looking okay, Jess?
Yeah.
If it's not, tell me. Is that
Oh,
okay?
it looks good.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and even. You're doing great.
Okay. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think that's good.
Cool.
And we did already stitch the pocket down here, so
Perfect.
since we
It's on
didn't
the
fold
edge.
it tight enough, I think you still caught it.
Okay,
so.
cool. So just so the camera can see what we're doing here.
Yeah.
I'm just like a little bit off on the edge here, but it looks like it's okay. So.
Yeah,
I'm
normally I think
beginner.
we would seam rip that and then just kind of make sure it's folded
Okay.
over tightly, but
That's okay.
I think we're okay.
All right, we're good. I'm calling it good.
Okay. So now we're going to attach it to the outside panel.
Last piece, guys.
And so that's piece A. And I'm going to measure according to the pattern. So we're going to measure in from each of the short edges and then also in from the one long edge.
And guys, everything you see in this video, go down in the link below. You'll be able to get these products as well as the faux leather, the cork, the chalk roller, what'd you call it? Chalk?
Oh yeah, the chalk
Roller.
wheel. Yeah.
Chalk wheel, all that kind of stuff. And obviously the pattern so you can get all the dimensions of how to make this exact project.
So I'll just so there you measure in from each of the short edges, the long edge as well, just one long edge, and then you also measure in from each of the bottom corners. Okay, so after measuring in from the short edges and one long edge, you're also going to measure in from each of the lower corners. So
Okay.
whatever edge that you measure, this will be our bottom edge.
Okay.
So just measure in according to the pattern and then draw a diagonal line connecting those marks.
Okay.
So I'll do that quick for you, and then also
For my
each of the top ones.
first while here, I'm pretty impressed.
Good.
Good job.
You sound like you had doubts.
I didn't have doubts in you. I had doubts in me. I was like, what's gonna happen here?
So
Cool.
now you're gonna cut along each of those diagonal lines.
Cut those off.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Cool.
we're gonna
What's this
bind
method called?
the edges.
No
So it's
method.
like a mitered corner.
Mitered corner method. Cool.
Awesome. Okay.
Easy.
So again, that lower chalk line is the bottom of our wallet,
Okay.
and so this raw edge is the bottom here. So we're gonna line that up
Okay.
along our chalk lines.
Tell me we're gonna want to clip the heck out of this thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay. Good.
And now you're just going to fold up
Okay.
each of those edges, and it'll create kind of a mitered corner.
Okay.
And because
Sit down there.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay.
Because it's a little bit thicker on this side, it might not be folded in as much, so depending on the look that you want, you could cut a little bit more in on this side and kind of just adjust as
fit the suit
you
here?
want. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. Yep, looks good, and then you're going to stitch an 1/8 inch
Okay.
from the inner raw edge of that back piece.
So an 1/8 inch from right here, from this side, right?
Yep,
Okay,
just stitch
cool.
down that binded edge.
Do I need to start on any particular side, or it's all the same?
It's all the same.
All the same? Cool. Okay.
Okay, and that's it. So
Done.
we can trim any of these extra little threads hanging here.
Okay.
So this part you can put your money in, and it's just a
Check this
fold
out, guys.
together.
All right, guys, so we just finished. Way easier than I thought it was going to be honest. I saw the pieces here when we first started, a little intimidating, but the way you showed it was just really easy, and her patterns are super easy to follow. So you don't have to be afraid of the zippers. I mean, this is literally one of the first bags I ever made, so thank you so much for teaching me how to do it.
Yeah, thanks for sewing with me, and yeah, now you have a functional, professional looking wallet, and I'm going to show Tia and Com how to make our scarlet shoulder bag, so that way you have a matching bag to go with your wallet. So be sure to check out that tutorial.